Good afternoon to you, and thank you for joining us here on Weather Nation. I'm meteorologist David Neal. We are talking about a lot of different things going on across the country here, but most specifically at this hour, we're taking a look at what is a tropical storm predicted to possibly be a hurricane over the next 72 hours, moving across the eastern section of the Lesser Antilles Islands and then eventually making its way on up through the island change into the Bahamas. And the last forecast has it coming into South Florida from the National Hurricane Center. We are very privileged to have from San Juan, Puerto Rico, a meteorologist there with the National Weather Service office. This is Amarillas Cotto, and she is there. And we're just going to get to debrief her down and find out what's going on in Puerto Rico. A lot of people don't know Amarillas. First of all, thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome.
A lot of people don't know about the topography of Puerto Rico, and this is going to play a big part because one of the things that we're looking at, the possibilities there, the big effect, might be heavy rainfall, torrential rains coming in to that area, and the topography plays into that. Tell us about that.
That is correct. Puerto Rico is very unique in its topography in the sense that we can find a lot of rainforest kind of topography over on the eastern sections, dry, kind of desert-like topography on the south, and then we have more like maritime topography over the western and northern coast. So especially since we've been having some drought situations here over the past few months, if we have those torrential rainfalls move into the southern portions, we have very compact clay-like soil, and that'll potentially cause mudslides throughout those portions. Also, we've had areas of lots of rain throughout these last few days, especially over the western interior portions of Puerto Rico, which means that the soils are already pretty, they have enough rain already, so if we get any additional rain, then that can also create easy chances for, the urban flooding or the rivers and creeks kind of thing.
So you mentioned, Danny did just come through there. What were the effects of Danny when it moved through the area there?
Well, Danny, I know a lot of people were expecting a little bit more from Danny, but we did actually get some good rainfall there. We only had approximately around 1 to 2 inches, especially on the eastern and northern parts of Puerto Rico, which is pretty good because we'll pretty much take any rainfall that we can get. So we're hoping that Tropical Storm Erika can just, push a little bit more rain into our area.
Is there, I know it's been a little while since you've had a hurricane come through that region, but I think in one sense people think that a hurricane coming through Puerto Rico, 75-mile-per-hour winds would be devastating. Truth is, structurally, we're a whole lot more sound than we used to be. Is there something, could you sustain a hurricane without a lot of damage there?
A lot of people say we're just such a small island, and if another, Cat 1, Cat 2 kind of comes through, we'll be devastated. You'll be surprised how our building structures are actually. They are meant to sustain a lot of those because we're susceptible to that every single year. So we can actually hold the main issue within our island is mainly, the lakes, the rivers, the urban flooding that can take a couple of days. For example, if we get high winds and for some reason a tree falls over a power line, those people can pretty much have, a week, 2 weeks without power.
Yeah.
So that's the main issue. But, in terms of buildings, blowout of rooftops that you can see, wooden structures like in the States, we don't have much of those problems.
Great information, Amarillas. I hope we can make contact with you again and get some more information. I appreciate so much you spending time with us today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
You too. So we're going to keep in touch with the folks there in Puerto Rico as the storm gets closer and closer. Where are we now? Well, we're at a minimal tropical storm, actually, but notice our forecast guidance. Because just as we get close to Puerto Rico, we are expecting a Category 1 type hurricane with winds of 75 to 95. And like she just said, they could probably take that at the lower end, and it would be just like for the rest of the continental United States. We've had some wind gusts up to 70 with some of our severe thunderstorms. That's the kind of situation. I think their fear is this storm's moving west at about 17 miles per hour. I think their fear is having a slower storm that would dump a bunch of rainfall. But here's where we are toward the end of the forecast, and concerning to us, we go from tropical storm in the Bahamas to a Category 1 landfalling hurricane in South Florida. We will keep you up to date.